Terminals using the LPQ114 power supply are susceptible to fretting corrosion and poor contacts, causing voltage drop. The peripheral most affected by this voltage drop is the bet slip reader. If the reader's 5-volt supply drops too low, it will exhibit several faults, such as motor pulsing, ejecting bet slips without reading, or not taking bet slips. These are the different types of CAT terminal that have the LPQ114 power supply. Here is a LPQ114 power supply and cable. Note the colours and voltage outputs. For this demonstration, we will assess and resolve the voltage drops in a SuperCAT2 terminal. First, remove screen and disconnect screen cable. Remove 5 screws as shown. Disconnect reader power and data cables. Remove lid. Here we start by measuring voltages to determine the extent of the voltage drop problem. We take the first measurement at the power supply and then measure at various points moving away from the power supply. For example, at the distribution board, across the fuses, and onto the bet slip reader. We find the best place to measure voltage is across the Zenor diode D21. This diode is across the bet slip reader's 5-volt rail. Note the positive probe is connected to the diode's cathode, indicated by the black band. If your voltage readings at the reader is less than 5 volts, then you'll need to clean all the contacts of the connections involved using an abrasive block. The two most common areas where fretting corrosion is seen is on the DC headers of the power supply and bet slip reader. Remove this corrosion with the abrasive block, leaving a clean contact surface to minimize voltage drop. Remember to clean all other DC connection points in between. Recheck the voltage levels. You should find there is less voltage drop across all connections. You may find you will need to adjust the power supply voltage, as it may have been set too high to compensate for the voltage drops caused by the fretting corrosion. If there is still excess voltage drop between power supply and bet slip reader, then you could replace the cables. You should aim to have a maximum of 5.18 volts measured at the power supply and still have sufficient voltage at the bet slip reader for it to operate correctly. The 24-volt rail on the power supply is referenced from the 5-volt rail. Because there is considerable load on the 5-volt rail, the power supply increases its regulation. As a result, the 24-volt rail can climb above 27 volts. The printer uses 24 volts and has a tolerance of 10%. 5-volt rail is set too high, the printer will not operate. This is why it is important to only adjust the 5-volt rail after cleaning contacts and measuring at the power supply.